What's good, everybody? It's your boy Baloo Weeds coming at you with another vlogging video. I'm heading out to something very special, something I'm very excited to go to. I've seen a lot of people do it over the previous years, so I got my official invitation. It's over at the Kennedy Space Center. I think it's like the Night of Bites. Can't wait to show y'all. It'll be my first time experiencing it, so I'm bringing y'all along for the ride. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow me on all social media platforms listed below, and let's get on the road. Alright, y'all, here at the Space Center. First time in a long time. I haven't been here since 9th grade. I came here on an ROTC field trip. In 9th grade, I was back in 2003, going into 2004. Damn, you old. Here's a great example of why you should get somewhere early. Because if you don't know where you go or where you need to go, somebody will help you get there so you're not running late. Because this place is closing right now, but the event starts within a few minutes. So I'm still a little early, but I don't know where I gotta go.
It's in the wrong location. It's gonna be in the building right around the corner there.
Oh, so
yeah, the new admin building, right there.
So the white building right there?
Yep, right there.
Oh, perfect, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, gentlemen. So I'm not at the right spot, but I'm not far from where I need to be. So it's pretty convenient. So I'll see you when I get there.
A few moments later.
I'm lost, y'all. Turns out I was right next to it. I was right next to it. Just make sure I go through the right way so I don't think I'm trying to trespass or nothing. Found it. This thing is... Let me stop playing. It's gonna be some mess if I'm not even in the right space again. I'm in the admin building, but not in the right space for the admin building. Just be my luck, right? In the meantime, make sure you like, share, subscribe. I was told to come to the admin office.
No, yeah, I'm so sorry. The instructions have been confusing, apparently.
Yeah.
It's been all over the place.
Yeah, I know. I've realized I parked in the main entrance area.
Yeah,
and, then they told me to go to admin, and I'm like, okay, I'm trying to find my way around here.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sorry about that.
No problem. I just didn't want to be late, so I'm glad I got here early.
No, you're perfectly fine.
Seat at the first two.
But just real quick, I am a native Floridian, born and raised in Miami, and then joined the Navy. I'm a naval aviator by background, flew a lot of different aircraft, primarily the F-14. That's the point that I got, because you may not know what an F-14 is, but you know the movie Top Gun. Yeah, everybody does. That's the Top Gun airplane, so that's where I flew in the Navy. Then was selected by NASA for astronaut training and flew 2 space shuttle missions. So I flew on Endeavour for 9 days, and then Columbia for 16 days, obviously before we lost Columbia. And in those days, we were preparing to assemble the International Space Station. So I conducted 3 spacewalks, and what I did was tested tools, equipment, and techniques that astronauts would later use to assemble the International Space Station. Now, we're here tonight to talk about food. And I can tell you for a fact, what I had in space was not nearly as good as what you're going to sample tonight. But we did have some interesting things in space. You probably know a little bit about space food, at least from lore. It's the same food you eat here, but it's prepared differently. Okay, it's all dehydrated. So, for example, if I wanted scrambled eggs for breakfast, I would take out the scrambled egg packet, and there's just this little glob of yellow stuff in there. There's a label, scrambled eggs, 3 minutes hot, whatever. You reinsert the water from a machine, a rehydration station, and then the stuff begins to fill up and expand, and it looks like what it's supposed to be, scrambled eggs. You can't use salt and pepper, can't sprinkle it, it's flew all over the place. Use liquid salt, liquid pepper, you squirt it in the packet, let it permeate the food, and then very carefully, you cut the packet with your scissors and carefully eat your food. Notice I said careful because it floats all over the place. You don't have to worry about that tonight. Your food is going to stay firmly where you put it. We have some of everything. If you wanted, again, I mentioned scrambled eggs. You might have sausage patties for breakfast. You can have cereal, cornflakes and milk if you want. Coffee, tea, juice. For lunch, you might have a barbecue chicken sandwich, or barbecue beef, or something like that. You might have a chicken consomme, a Mexican fried rice. For dessert, you might have Jell-O pudding in the little cans, the Jell-O instant pudding, or cookies like the Girl Scout cookies, that type of thing. So again, some of the same foods. The highlight, food-wise, for me in space was Thanksgiving. We were in space during Thanksgiving holidays of 1997. President called the shuttle, whether you like president or not. It's cool to get a call from the president when you're in space to wish us a happy Thanksgiving. We took grocery store turkey dinners and cranberry sauce and stuffing, but we had an international Thanksgiving because we had an international crew. So we had curry rice, Japanese curry rice, and we had a bunch of other things. So an international Thanksgiving in space. And so anyway, food has evolved a little bit since my day in space. They've introduced some new things. The ice cream sandwiches that they give out now, and if you haven't had one, maybe we can, at some point when you're up here, you need to get some of those. We can have those ice cream sandwiches. They're preserved. They look and taste pretty much like real ice cream. We can have those. When I was in space, we had the old ice cream stuff that you get from the visitor complex over here.
Let's get a close-up on everything. Starting off with this. We got some vegan lentil chili to go with some chips, spatchel with mushrooms and brown butter. Then some potato latkes, which is a big hit for me. And then some cranberry ketchup, which sounds interesting. I have the pork schnitzel sandwich with a pretzel bun. That looks fantastic. You know I'm about to dig in on that.
That's so adorable. I can see that. He's so
Pretzel's very soft, and there's some flavor with the pork chop itself. It's a good main course here. And this lentil soup that I dipped the chips in, very savory. It's a good blend. I was very impressed with it because it doesn't look too seasoned, but there's flavor with it. Trying this potato cake with cranberry ketchup.
All right, so who's who?
Definitely more ketchup. Definitely more of a ketchup flavor than cranberry, which is not bad.
I am the lucky plus one, so it's
Y'all are hearing the astronaut talk next to me. He just sat down with some food. I'm gonna try to interview him later on, so we can get some info out of him because he did a good presentation. So I'd like to get to talk to him one-on-one a little bit. Trying the spatchel with the mushroom.
Yeah. Which I do think is some of the best television.
so ever since graduating, I fell in love with New England. So I've been
So you went to school?
Oh, y'all are wondering about the desserts, right? We got the warm apple blossom with caramel sauce. And then for the chocolate lovers, we have chocolate bundt cake with cranberry raspberry sauce. And I got to try both.
Complex, the shuttle. You know, for example, I don't know how much you all know about computers and programming and all, but on the shuttle computers, I can access, you hear them talk about bits and zeros on certain programs. You can actually go that deep into the system, all the assembly language programs on the shuttle. That's how deep you.
For me, it's either, I don't know, crickets or in Colombia, they have big ass ants. Literally, they have, it's ants with a big ass. So try that.
The ass first?
Yeah, always ask first. Whole ant. Yeah. And they have a sign, it literally says big ass ants. I like the crickets better. They were seasoned.
For me, it was goat brain. Goat brain.
Oh,
Goat brain. I was at a Indian restaurant, and this is a friend of mine that introduced me to eating more exotic meats. And they served a big bowl of white rice, and you got to pick all these proteins. And I was like, you know what? When in Rome, venture out, try something different. And they served goat brain in like a red curry sauce. And it wasn't disgusting. The flavor was good. And this was many years ago. So until this day, everything I've tried, that's been the one thing that stood out the most that I've had. And I was like, you know what? I tried again to see if like my taste buds have changed. But that was the most exotic, strangest thing I've been in. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, it wasn't too spicy at all. It was like a hole in the wall Indian place out by Out by South Chase, South OBT, where that big lots
I'm
is.
right there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's there anymore because this was years ago, but it was like right there in the strip.
That'd be a good video.
Yeah.
Maybe try and goat brain.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Wait, I had cow brain at a Pakistani restaurant.
Yeah,
It was
cow
good.
brain. I think we have we serve cow brain here.
Do it, yeah.
Let's get it right now.
Introduced to a lot of different things. Snake was one of them. Insects. I did not try the insects, but I would if I were in a survival situation. I sure would.
Would you try it now?
I might. I might. Yeah, I kind of drew the line there. I did try the snake, and I'm trying to think. Let's see. Insects. We were taught to eat, and you eat them just raw. You pull the legs off because they crawl back up. Some of them, and you just swallow them down. But there's pure protein. You're right. In a survival situation.
I'm with astronaut Winston Scott, a Floridian from Miami, been in space. What was your favorite food to have while in space?
I get that question all the time, and I have to think for a moment because the food these days in space is really not too bad, and not like you would imagine. It's not fantastic food like you get your best restaurant, but it's really not too bad food. One of my favorite dishes was a shrimp cocktail. I was saying around the table there that I thought the shrimp cocktail tasted really good. Now, it's dehydrated, so you have to prepare it, or you have to rehydrate it through the rehydration station, but when you do, it expands, it looks and tastes like what it's supposed to be. Good shrimp cocktail. So I think anybody that tried it would rival it to some of the shrimp cocktail you get in restaurants.
Nice. I like to hear that. Now, you being a former military, you said Navy?
Navy.
Thank you for your services.
Thank you.
You were stationed in many places. You told me earlier San Diego was your favorite place for weather, but where was your favorite place to be stationed for the food?
Well, I have to think about that one because San Diego had really good food too. Of course, we were right next to Mexico, Tijuana, so we got some really authentic Mexican food. But then Texas was a little different. But Texans and Floridians and other people compete for their barbecue. Texas think their barbecue is the best, and Georgia think theirs is the best, Florida thinks it's the best. So I remember having some good barbecue in Texas. That was good. One of my favorite pizza places, believe it or not, was in Texas. Not so much in the Northeast. Wow. Now, I wasn't stationed in New York, but up in the Philly area. The Philly cheesesteak sandwiches right there in Philly were really good. So depending on where I was, I really got some good food. So one of the cool things about living in the good old US of A is we've got great food all over the places, and different areas of the country can specialize in different types of food. So I'm from Miami. So I grew up, we went to school, all the Cuban kids and all of us went to school together. We go around to Miami, I like going to some of the Cuban restaurants. Yeah. I love the Cuban coffee. It's nice and strong, and I love the Cuban food. So everywhere I go, I can find something really good that I like to eat.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right, we just wrapped up the fit preview of Night of Bites. Now we got a little getting escorted out, but get a little look at what Kennedy Space Center has to offer. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. All right, y'all. If y'all made it this far, greatly appreciated. Food was pretty good. Got to see what it was like on the inside. Got to see some familiar faces, and hopefully I can bring my kids out here because it looks pretty cool. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow me on all social media platforms. Can't even talk. This Baloo Weed signing out. Y'all know my slogan. I'm digging in.